My name is Corey Miller, and for the last 3 years, I've been on an amazing journey that I call the roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship. In January 2009, I started iThemes.com and launched my lifelong dream of being a full-time entrepreneur. And so in this time, I want to share some of the bits and pieces of wisdom and life lessons and experiences that I picked up along the way with you about entrepreneurship. The first is, this is the hardest job I've ever had. Wimps need not apply, I say, because it's not all fun and games. Entrepreneurs have to deal with all the BS, the risk, and the worry. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Everybody starts somewhere. My journey started well before I actually started and launched my full-time business. Those of you that think that entrepreneurship is about getting that overnight success have no clue what it takes to build a business. I often talk about business being a 747 trying to get off the runway. It takes all kinds of things: audience, personal brand experience, relationships with people and partners. So the first question to ask someone that wants to be an entrepreneur is, let's get down to basics. What are your life goals? What do you want to do with the time, talent, and treasure that you've been given? Because those answers to those questions really formulate some big things. That leads me to my next question. Is this, meaning business, the best way to achieve those? Is this the most effective, efficient use of your time starting a business? Because it's really, really hard, and I tell people, don't get in just for the wrong reasons. You need to make sure that this is the right way. It might mean that the best way is to keep staying at the job that you're at. Okay, I tell people that I was at the right time, at the right place, and I was ready to start my business. Entrepreneurs have to have the passion, have to have the plans, have to have all the ingredients lined up to go, and when the opportunity strikes, you have to be ready to act. Your significant other or your spouse can either be a life jacket or cement shoes to you. They can either make you sink or swim, literally. You need to get away with your spouse and make sure he or she is aligned with the questions I just asked you, to make sure their life goals are synced and they understand the cost of starting a business. Startups are like babies. Now, I'm not a parent, but I'll tell you, your startup will throw up and poop on you. It'll wake you up at 2 a.m. wondering how you're going to make payroll. It is just like parenting. Startups are very intensive things, just like your baby. You'll love that startup with all of your heart, and you'll give all of your attention on it, but it also gets messy. Passion without profit is called a hobby. If you don't know how you're going to make money, you don't have a business. You have a hobby that you need to keep in the sidelines of your life. Now let me follow that with, don't ever apologize for making money, ever. I've learned that in the first year or two of my business, that because entrepreneurs take all of the risk, all of the BS, all of the worry, you deserve the lion's share of the reward that would come from your business. Okay, if at all possible, bootstrap your business startup on your own time, talent, and treasure. Now, I tell people, I have partners. If you don't need partners, you don't need to get them. You need to see what skills, what time, what money you have, and use that to bootstrap your business on those things. Now, I have the best partners I could ever ask for. I needed those. I realized I needed them. But it's better, if you can, bootstrap it on your own. Now, when you're starting a business, you need to have a compelling vision to change the world, to offer a better way for your potential customers, to offer solutions to their problems. Compelling visions are what gravitate customers and team members and partners to your business startup. Startups are experiments, okay? Get your idea in beta ASAP. You need a business startup idea that's viable, that becomes your hypothesis, that you test, and then you refine it, and then you make more tests, and you keep refining it, and you make mistakes along the way, and you pick yourself up and you move on. Life happens. Nothing goes as perfectly planned as you want it to, ever. Now, you need to start building an email list yesterday. Email lists are so powerful for online web startups. We started iThemes with about 400 people on an email list. Email isn't dead. Start building it with a blog, with a website, somehow. Do it yesterday. That's how important it is. Now, I love this one because I've experienced this one the last year in particular. Ignore the noise. Stupid people don't matter anyway. You know what matters? It matters about you, about your team, about your family, and about your customers. Everything else is just noise, so mute that noise. Now, this is one of my favorites. Be nice, be generous, be helpful to everyone you possibly can. Being the nice guy or girl, being generous with your knowledge, with your time, being as helpful as you can, not only to your customers, but to other people in your business field, pays rich dividends. Being nice, generous, and helpful, not that bitter, antagonistic person. I love this part because when I work with web people, there's so many ideas. Ideas are so cheap, they suck. Action pays the bills, okay? I don't want to be around idea people because ideas are so everywhere. I want to be about people who act and execute and implement those ideas. And by the way, you do not have the corner on the market of ideas. You never did, you never will, including myself. Your brilliant idea is already being worked on by someone else. Talking about ideas is like hot air, and hot air is better served for balloons than startups. Perfectionism is evil. Now, I've dealt with a lot of designers and developers in the web community, and often they have a habit of trying to achieve perfectionism. Perfection does not exist. It is about excellence and improvement. And dusty products are some of the things that I hate most about web businesses. Dusty products sitting on shelves or on your desktop are simply narcissistic art sculptures. They're meant for your own enjoyment and no one else's, like your customers that pays your bill. They're failed products, so ship, deliver, hit publish on your product. Mind the cash flow. So I talked to a lot of entrepreneurs in their first year, and this is a biggie because people don't realize that if you don't have money coming in, you're not going to pay your bills. Partner with a good accountant, a financial partner, to help you make sure you're above par with cash. Get a kitchen cabinet. Now, there's a president in our past that would meet with mentors and advisors in his kitchen, and he called that his kitchen cabinet. You need to find mentors and trusted advisors in different areas, and then you need to shut up and listen to them. You need to buy them lunch often because mentors are so valuable. They keep you from having blind spots in your business and in your personal life too. I love this quote. It's one of my favorites because my team is what it's all about for me. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Now, some of you could be a solopreneur and bootstrap your whole business on your own time and talent. But for people like me, I had to have a team. But I'll tell you, rather than going fast, I want to go far with a team that we can look at summits of big challenges, of big mountains in our business, and we can conquer those summits together. I love this because we make this a principle through our entire business, and it's given us rich dividends. Learn and grow. This means you need to be a lifelong learner. You need to eat dead trees. That means you need to be a reader, a voracious reader of books. And then you need to share and teach that, and you need to proliferate that principle through your entire organization. Learn and grow, then share and teach. Get lost. Here's what I mean. Every quarter, you need to schedule a retreat that you, your spouse, your significant other, you get away, you get somewhere where there's not cell service, and you just figure out the things you need to think about. You need to sit and soak. You need to read. You need to think. You need to meditate. You just need to get away and get lost with retreats. Now, I like ending with this second to last slide. Don't forget what it's all about. There was a time when I forgot what it's all about. You know what it's all about? It's about people, the ones you love most. I led with a question, what do you want to do with your life? And for me, if I had had rich success in business that meant monetary value and some form of success that didn't include people, I'd failed at life. So don't forget who it's really about. So, in this entrepreneurship, I said at the beginning, it's the hardest job I've ever had. But let me just tell you something. It's also the most fulfilling, fun, rewarding job I've ever had. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about personally fulfilling. Seeing your ideas accomplished, launched. So if this is for you, I tell you this. Get into the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. Buckle up, hold on, and enjoy the ride.